Have you ever wondered why people hoard their homes to the point of it being unlivable? Well, today I'm going to tell you why. Hello everyone and welcome back to Hoarder's Heart. My name is Miss Hart and I am a recovering hoarder. I used to be a level 4 hoarder and now I'm a level 1. On this channel, I share all about my recovering journey, decluttering my home, and really trying to humanize hoarding disorder. And for today, we're going to talk about the true mindset of why do people hoard? Now, there is an infinite amount of reasons why people will hoard and save stuff, but I'm going to narrow it down to these categories so that people can really understand the mental disorder. So let's start right there. Hoarding disorder is a mental disorder. It's normally accompanied by anxiety, depression, PTSD, ADHD, OCD, and a handful of other mental issues as well. And basically what it means is that people feel this intense need to save everything in their home. We have such a hard time discarding or letting go of everything. That's why on these hoarder shows, you have seen these homes so full to the brim that they're unlivable. And if you're wondering, why do people do that? Well, it's because I can funnel it down into these 6 categories. Number 1 is going to be self-identity and self-worth. When I was a little girl, I was and am an only child. I used to play with my toys for hours, with all of my My Little Ponies and my Barbies and my Rainbow Brights and my Care Bears. And I created these worlds where each of the dolls and little toys had their own personality trait and storylines. And it was so real to me that I had humanized the toys as part of my world, as part of my reality. That's when I started blurring the line between having inanimate objects become a part of myself. Once middle school came, I was incredibly, very badly bullied, and I never told a soul, not even my parents. But I would come home to my room full of all my beautiful belongings and my happiness, and I would escape the pain. That's when the stuff started becoming a self-soothing mechanism. That's when it became escapism. That's how I coped with the stresses of life. And my nervous system started registering that the stuff will always keep me safe through all the stresses of life. The stuff created a safe space for me because it didn't judge me, it didn't hurt me, it didn't push me down or call me names. It made me feel like my true, authentic self. And I needed the stuff to validate my self-worth because I couldn't validate it for myself. I was feeling ashamed of my body, ashamed of my looks, ashamed of my personality because I was just too nice to stick up for myself, and I just let the bully beat me down. The second category as to why people hoard stuff is sentimental value. You have seen me have a tight grip on all of my childhood stuff, and I do still have some of that 101 Dalmatian stuff and my children's baby items and their early childhood toys as well. The reason why I do that is because it ignites such wonderful, happy times in my life, and I relive them when I see them. Now, I'm ADHD, so my memory is not so hot. I can remember clear, vivid memories from my childhood, but my memory has been hit or miss. And I am forgetful with a lot of things. So when I find those baby items or when I find the childhood toys, the memory gets ignited again. And it's like I'm there all over, experiencing those happy memories. And without the item, that memory is lost in the abyss of the ADHD brain. Sure, I could take pictures of everything, but honestly, that's a work in progress because it's just not the same. The experience of seeing the Mona Lisa live or some beautiful artwork is not the same experience as looking at a picture of it. It's a completely different energetic experience. Number 3 is going to be for financial monetary value. After the Great Depression, hoarding had escalated among society because it became a survival mechanism. They didn't know when they would have money again or when they would be able to eat or have shelter. It was very hard times. And I know that for myself, when there's economic up and downs, my hoarding tends to intensify. For example, when we were first married, we were very young, and I had my firstborn. We were living in such a financial bind. There was not enough money coming in to pay every single bill for 1 month. And what that did was let my nervous system know that, hey, I know what's going to save us. Hoarding. If I hold on to everything, then I don't have to worry about making the money to go out and buy it. For me, it was a way that I provided for my family. Because to be honest, I furnished this entire house for free. From hand-me-downs, from free cycle back then, from people giving me stuff that they weren't using. The only thing that we bought in this house, furniture-wise, was this bed and the couch. Moving on to number 4 is going to be Intrinsic Beauty. Beauty's in the eye of the beholder, right? Absolutely. And I saw the beauty in each and every single object. I had already started humanizing the objects when I was a little girl. And as an adult, I saw each object as somebody's creation. This is the physical manifestation of someone's idea that they brought to the real world so that people could enjoy it. That's why I've held on to things that I didn't really use anymore. And the best way for a non-hoarder to really understand this concept, my example is going to be when you see a beautiful field full of thousands upon thousands of flowers, you're sitting there in awe, appreciating the beauty of the fields. I've never heard anyone tell a field that, I'm sorry, you've hoarded way too many flowers in this field. It feels overwhelming and cluttered. That's the same feeling that a hoarder feels to their cluttered mess. It's not chaotic. Number 5 is going to be being resourceful and using the item for its intended purpose. I think most people value someone who is very resourceful. It's part mindset, it's part strategy, problem solving, and being innovative. Who doesn't love a really good trash to treasure transformation? Instead of throwing out the old piece of furniture, why don't we repurpose it? Why don't we recreate it into something new? That way we can keep it out of a landfill. We are saving a lot of money and we are using that piece of furniture for its intended purpose. The problem with people with hoarding disorder, we can't distinguish the boundary between being resourceful and hoarding. And number 6 is going to be probably one of the top reasons why I hoard, and that was it was a coping mechanism to all the stresses of life. I am ADHD and I am also anxiety and PTSD from that abusive relationship. All of my cluttered items have made me feel safe all throughout the years. because my nervous system started coding that in early childhood. Whenever there is a fear or a bad situation, my nervous system sends all the alarms out to, oh my gosh, we're not safe, we are in fear. What do? Oh, I know. We'll do what we've done every single time. We'll hoard, we'll save. It saved us every single time in the past. We know what to do, and it regulates my nervous system from fight or flight to a safe space. I used to joke and call all of my cluttered items my fortress, because it did exactly that. It was that protective wall between me and the scary stuff of the outside world. Now, there are many, many other reasons as to why someone would hoard so much stuff, but I find that these 6 categories have a very common factor between everyone who suffers from hoarding disorder. I wanted to vocalize this in hopes of humanizing hoarding disorder so that people could really understand the mindset behind all of the stuff. What I really want you to know that it really just takes love, compassion, and understanding to finally break the chains of hoarding disorder. And in this channel, this is a safe space for you to express any concerns you have with hoarding disorder. My hope and my prayer is that this video motivated and encouraged you to clean the clutter and let something go in your home today too.